foundation of hope that's putting a smile on the faces of children diagnosed with cleft palate. I had the opportunity to speak to the CEO of Smile Foundation SA, Kim Robertson Smith, to find out more.
The Smile Foundation is a non-profit organization that was started in the year 2000 by then President Nelson Mandela and our Executive Director, Mark Lubner. So what happened was a young girl was born with Mobius syndrome, which is where she had no nerves in her face. So she wasn't able to smile. And her mom was really upset about this. So her mom started writing letters to then President Nelson Mandela and saying, please help. He then got in touch with Mark Lubner once he got one of these letters. It took him 2 years, but he did get one, and said, let's do something, let's help this child. So Mark Lubner then contacted Professor George Saris, who was the head of plastic surgery, and there was nobody in South Africa who could do this surgery. So they brought some plastic surgeons from America to actually do the surgery on this child, but also to transfer the skills to other doctors, which is really important. It's what we need in this country. So that's how Smile Foundation was started, and that was in the year 2000, to try and assist children who have craniofacial abnormalities. And we've also dabbled now into the burns arena, so we are also assisting children with burns.
Now, how are you changing the lives of these young individuals?
We're changing the lives of not just the young individuals, but also the parents. Because if you think if a baby's born and you have a look at this beautiful baby you've given birth to with 10 fingers and 10 toes, and you look at the face and it looks different, that is horrible for any parent. And you think, okay, what do we do now? So Smile Foundation has 2 projects of Smile, and one of them is called Cleft Friends. At Cleft Friends, we have parents who have been through the system, who have got kids with clefts, so they know what to do. So when a child is born, they contact Smile Foundation. We then send them cleft bottles, because these kids can't suck without a palate. So they get cleft bottles, and then also a parent goes out to go and walk this journey with the parent. So at 3 months, we try and get the first surgery done. At 6 to 9 months, the second surgery, which is the palate. And then if they need a third surgery, it's then after a year.
Now, why isn't it done later on?
The problem is if you don't have a cleft, you can't suck, you can't talk. Any food that goes into your mouth goes up into your ears. So the kids end up with a lot of infections. It's very difficult for them to eat. The parents are taught, once they pass the bottle feeding stage, that when they feed the child with a spoon, they actually flip the spoon, so the spoon becomes the palate. So all of these little skills the parents are taught. We also we have psychologists that then will walk the journey with the parents and assist them, because there's so much stigma attached to having a child with a disability in South Africa, that if a child's born with a cleft lip and palate, the parents are almost made to feel guilty that they did something wrong. And they have to be reassured they've done nothing wrong. This is just something that happens. Whether it's genetics, whether it's from not having enough folic acid in the diet, whether it's environmental factors, that's something nobody really knows. We're trying to do research at the moment with the universities to see if we can find out what causes it. But over the years, parents just need that guidance and to have somebody to walk that journey with them. So that is what we do at Smile Foundation with the assistance of Cleft Friends. They walk the journey with the parents.
Now, currently, what projects are you engaged in?
We engaged in craniofacial surgery. So we have something called Smile Weeks, and we get donations for an entire Smile Week. And we organize 20 to 30 children, which will then come in and have those surgeries done. Because of COVID, we have a really big backlog of kids. So we're trying to do more surgeries at the moment. And also because of COVID, we brought something called a Smile Slate or a Smile List into being. So at Tygerberg Hospital, Steve Biko Hospital, and moving into Grays, we have once a week lists that we pay for. The anaesthetists, the nursing sisters, anything to do with the parents. The parents' transport, their accommodation, because a lot of these parents come from very far to actually get these surgeries done. So we involved in that with the Smile Weeks and the Smile Lists, and then we're also involved in the burns realm. So we just done the renovation of the Kimberley Hospital, phase 1 and phase 2 of their burns unit. We've still got to raise funds to do phase 3, which is an area that's outside for the kids to be able to go out and play. And then we've got a challenge on our hands to build a burns unit at Gray's Hospital. So over the winter period, a lot of kids are burned. Their hands are burned, their faces are burned, and we're trying to be able to do reconstructive surgery on these kids with the assistance of all the government hospitals and make sure that these kids can live the life that they're supposed to live and become normal, healthy adults. And that's what we want to achieve, is to have a new generation of kids who are not teased. They're not stigmatized. They can live a life that any other child would like to live.
Now, you have a very big dream that you're yet to fulfill that you'd like to see happen for the Smile Foundation. Why don't you share that with us?
So Smile Foundation is not just about the kids and the parents. We want to do education with the doctors and the nurses as well and make sure that we can leave a legacy. The thing is, if we stay in one place and we keep doing the same thing over and over, we're going to get the same results. We have to evolve. We have to change. So we need to try and make sure that in the educational area, we can put together a skills lab in certain hospitals that doctors can go and learn how to do cleft lip and palate. It takes 20 to 30 times for a doctor to practice that palate to actually get it right. We would rather than practice in a skills lab than practice on a child. So that is something that we're trying to put in place, that we can have education online. The doctors can then go to an area that's a skills lab. They can practice doing their cleft lip and cleft palate 20 times, and then when they're proficient, they can continue to do it on the children.
So how can people be a part of the Smile Foundation?
So Smile Foundation at the moment needs references from parents who have kids with craniofacial abnormalities. If you know anybody out there who has a child who looks different, contact us and let us help you walk this journey. We also need donors. Anybody who can donate, even 10 Rand makes a difference. And the nice thing about Smile Foundation is you can see the difference immediately because we get permission from all the kids' parents to do before and after photographs. So it's almost like an instant gratification because you can see that you've changed a child's life forever. So it's not just the child, the parents, the grandparents, everybody involved with this child, their lives are changed forever. And that makes a big difference. We're also trying to get Smile Foundation verified. So if you can go onto our social media and go look at Smile Foundation SA, we will then, and go and like us. We need 10,000 likes on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, so that we can get verified, so that nobody can copy just our pages, that this is the original page. Though that'll be amazing.